Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Lost Vikings. In the last part, we've cleared one level in the pyramids, which had JM and N as password, which I have no idea what that stands for. I think I forgot to mention that last time. Now we are in this level here, which has TTRS as password. We will see later what that means. For now, we've just killed this Egyptian there. We went with Olaf first, just to see what kind of dangers lied ahead. But since Olaf cannot protect himself from those Egyptians, because they can just jump over him, we backed up and just went there with Baliok instead. Whoa. I've just ignored this guy, and oh wow, okay, so this platform up here doesn't crush you. You have to be careful when you ride along this circular moving platform, because if you stay on it for too long, then you will get impaled by the spikes on the ceiling. So you have to get off of that platform as soon as you are ready to get over the pit of spikes there. Yeah, we are ignoring that enemy. Okay, now we get here with Olaf. There could be a secret behind the wall here if you jump with Eric. Maybe, but I'm not going to try and find out. And there we go. All three of the Vikings successfully have made it above that spike pit here. And now we are in this part where you have to wait for quite some time for this platform here to come down. You can see a red key and a switch there, and again you have to get off of this platform quickly, or otherwise you will get impaled by the spikes on the ceiling. Let us get to a semi-safe spot here and then quickly switch back, because I didn't remember about those Egyptians that are up there. Should have gone with Baliok first. And now we can try and kill these guys. Hey, this guy just tried to hit Eric with his spear, but he failed miserably. He like jumped first and then attacked in mid-air, and thus he somehow seemed to fail to hit Eric, which is weird because I said that those enemies couldn't attack in mid-air. They could only like start to attack on the ground, but I think that's maybe what he did. He started to attack on the ground, but that didn't count as hitting Eric, because his spear wasn't thrusted enough forwards yet. And then yeah, he basically fully started the attack then in mid-air. He started it on the ground, but he immediately jumped after he attacked. There's a keyhole here. We cannot currently operate this elevator, so this is probably what that key is for. Of course, the timing here was so miserable that the platform was going up just as we were able to control Olaf, so now we have to fully wait for this platform to come back down, like so. Now we can sail down here as Olaf. I don't know why there are spikes on the ceiling. There's no real way to hit those spikes. So they're just for decoration. And then we slowly glide down here, or sail down here, and grab the key to the left, and then go to the right quickly, because otherwise we would have landed in those spikes. And then we press the switch in order to be able to escape that place. Pressing the switch destroyed that little wall there with 3 brown blocks. Now we can switch to the key and operate this elevator, and we find another keyhole there. This health item here is a trap. I think if you just jump, then you get impaled by the spikes. You'd have to move the elevator down a little bit and then jump in order to be safe. But yeah, we are simply ignoring that health item. There is no real reason to really go for that food item. Especially because here we can only find those mummies. That enemy that was left alive down there is still marching. There's just a bunch of mummies here. Again, we remember that unless you have burning arrows, you cannot take these guys down with normal arrows. So we are attacking them with the sword. They're instant death if they touch you. We've killed 4 mummies in total. There's a 5th one. And that one is dead too. see a lot of coffins in the background and also this weird purple crate. Don't know what that's all about. Also some vases and a flame here. I'm not sure if torch is the right word for that. For this little flame on that blue little pillar there. You have to go up here with Eric because you need to jump in order to get that key, and only Eric is capable of doing so. So yes, you go here with Baliok first and clear the space of mummies so that Eric has a safe pathway to the key. Now we can go back up here. There are spikes under that elevator, so you technically could kill yourself if you drive the elevator upwards and then you quickly jump off the elevator and get into the spikes. So let us destroy these 3 blocks here by using the blue key. And we go down here. There's one more random enemy here, whom I'm just trying to kill. I'm being honest, I was just thinking about leaving that enemy alive, and I've left the enemy in the very beginning of the stage alive because I hoped to demonstrate something, because I do actually know that the enemies can jump into spikes and kill themselves, which is hilarious to see, but I didn't manage to demonstrate it in this Let's Play. In the first stage of World 3, I accidentally demonstrated that an enemy can kill himself by jumping into the quicksand, or, well, he doesn't really kill himself, he just disappears, but I didn't actually know that. That was legitimately the first time that an enemy ever jumped into quicksand, but I did know that they can jump into spikes, which actually does downright kill them. They get destroyed in the same way that if you hit them enough with your sword, if you manage to get an enemy to jump into the spikes. So, enough talk, let us just explain the situation here. There's this little spike bit here and Baliok and Olaf can't get over that. Yeah, I could... Oh god, I took falling damage here. Let me quickly eat that item. You can actually, of course, get over here with Eric, and then you see that this is in fact the next vortex, which means that this is the last level of World 3. But how do the other 2 characters cross that bridge? Well, you'll have to go up here with Eric, and then fall down here. And then you see those blocks falling down. They all make heavy crushing sound effects when they land on the floor. And this is why this level has TTRS as a password, because it stands for Tetris, you know? I mean, Tetris does have falling blocks. So this is a bit nerve-wracking. You can get crushed to death by those falling blocks. So we need to be quickly here, and we made it. Let's just wait here. A little bit more. And that was the last block. This is how this area looks like after every single block has fallen down. These blocks do always fall down in the same order. The order is not random. So if you have trouble with this, then you can memorize this. But yeah, don't get crushed by these blocks, and once 3 blocks have fallen on top of each other, that's when there is enough height for you to reach this upper left part here. You jump on 3 blocks that are stacked above each other, and then you have enough height to be able to reach this upper left part. Now you can push this rock down here. It falls down like so, right above the spikes, and now the other 2 characters can cross the path as well. You can just go back by climbing all the way down this ladder here to the right, but if you have health left, then you can just take some falling damage and drop down here, which is a little bit faster. And that clears this stage already. Again, I didn't manage to successfully demonstrate that an enemy can kill himself by jumping into spikes. I tried to demonstrate it in stage 2 of this world as well. I left an enemy alive for an exaggerated period of time on purpose, hoping that he would jump on the spikes, but it didn't work. So yep, shame that I couldn't demonstrate it, but at least I learned something new in this Let's Play, and I accidentally demonstrated that these Egyptians can jump into quicksand, which is something that I didn't know before. And they don't actually die when they jump into quicksand. They don't get killed in the same way, like with the RIP appearing, like when you kill them with a sword or with an arrow. But this does actually happen when they get into spikes. They don't disappear, but they really die. Just wanted to say that. Well, where do you think we'll end up this time? Oh, somewhere surrounded by monsters, with nasty traps everywhere we turn. Yep, that sounds about right. And so, for the third time, we see this vortex animation. We've seen it twice before when we went to World 2 and World 3. And where do we land now? We land in this world, which has absolutely amazing music. But we will see this in the next part, guys. I again only have a limited amount of time today, so again I could only do one stage. But I promise that in the next part we will do more stages again. So see you guys.